Cheers, and welcome to Americans Learn. Today, I'm going to be looking at melodysheep, the sights of space, a voyage to spectacular alien worlds. I enjoyed the last time I watched a melodysheep video, and I'm excited to get into a new one, especially one about space and alien worlds, because I just find it really fascinating, and I hope you all do too. So, if you want to see more like this, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. That way you'll always know when we put out new work. And also, if you're subscribing for this video, that way we know to put out more videos from melodysheep. It helps us out. It helps you out. So, without further ado, let's begin.
This is the Novice 3, an imaginary ship that can take you anywhere in the Milky Way. Its maiden voyage will take you on a tour of the wildest planets we have yet discovered. Worlds of burning ice, planets hotter than stars, with clouds made of metal, zombie worlds born from the ashes of dead ones. And hundreds of billions more are waiting for us in our galaxy alone. These worlds will give us a glimpse into how deep nature's imagination goes and create a map for future pioneers who might one day plant their flags on landscapes we can hardly imagine. As our journey to new worlds begins, we set sail for the closest alien planet, 40 trillion kilometers away. But the long road to our cosmic neighbor is paved with strange sights of its own. Past the distant orbit of Neptune, we slip into a no man's land of icy cosmic debris that surrounds our solar system. The Kuiper Belt.
Okay. All right, so I guess by alien planet, he meant not in our solar system. Did I miss that? Did I just completely ignore him saying outside of our solar system?
This massive disk of frozen material contains hundreds of millions of icy scraps, leftovers from the formation of our solar system. Out here, among the scattered bits of rock and ice, lives something strange. Haumea. A tumbling dwarf planet shaped like an egg.
The bloody red end of it is really unsettling.
Carrying 2 moons and an icy ring, this bizarre Pluto-sized world is the fastest spinning object in our solar system. Splashed across its surface is a mysterious red spot.
Yeah, it looks
possibly
weird.
A scar from a recent impact.
Oh, I was just thinking Mars, it's oxidation or something.
And Haumea is not alone. There's a whole eccentric family of mini worlds lurking out here. Dwarf planets like Make Make and Gong Gong a red-tinted mini Pluto with a thin atmosphere of methane.
We're not gonna call it Haumea Haumea. They like those double letters here.
The Kuiper Belt could hold as many as 200 dwarf planets. And thousands more could be floating in the space beyond. Someday, these tiny worlds may serve as a cosmic base camp for interstellar voyagers.
Oh, that makes sense.
A final outpost still bound to our sun. And when we finally outgrow our home system, the one nearest to Earth will be waiting.
Alpha Centauri!
Alpha Centauri. In this triple star system, a tiny red dwarf star known as Proxima Centauri orbits around a pair of sun-like stars, Alpha Centauri A and B. As we approach Proxima, the closest of the stellar trio, we're greeted by two huge dust belts that circle the star. But further in, we come to the real gem of this system.
Oh, the real gem. See, I've just been watching a lot of Good Omens recently, so I've seen stuff about Alpha Centauri a lot recently.
Welcome to Proxima Centauri B, the closest exoplanet to home.
Okay.
With a mass almost identical to Earth's and a density that suggests a rocky composition, this distant Earth cousin orbits right inside its star's habitable zone, giving it potential to hold liquid water.
I will say, they talk about habitable zones a lot. For me, I'm still just a little bit confused about how they determine that, because it's like, well, are we talking about habitable because humans could live there, or like life the way that we picture it here on Earth could live there? Because like couldn't there in the vastness of space be alien life that is not recognizable as such to us, but it is to them, you know? Or it's like they would never be able to survive on Earth, but we would never be able to survive on their planet either. You know, it's just like they are out there, they live there, they exist, but we would not consider them to live in a habitable zone. But they would not consider Earth to be habitable either. Like, I don't know. I feel like I just wonder, is the habitable zone thing specifically talking about could we visit someday?
Given how near and similar it is to Earth, perhaps this will be the first outpost for mankind around another star.
That could be cool, though.
Visitors could gaze up to see Proxima Centauri and its two sister suns. And on a clear night, our own sun, a distant glimpse of home. But there's still a lot we don't know about our cosmic neighbor. And its star is so volatile that stellar flares could shock the planet into a lifeless state. The only way to know for sure is to go there ourselves. Missions are now being proposed that could reach this system in as little as 20 years.
What?
Using nanoprobes powered by light sails.
That does not sound, that sentence, nanoprobes powered by light sails, sounds so sci-fi. I'm obsessed. That's the coolest thing I've ever heard in my life, and it's real.
If humans ever touch down on Proxima Centauri B, it will become the site of the most transformative event in human history. The moment mankind became an interstellar species.
Bitch, in 20 years, I probably won't even be dead. That's cool. I mean, we wouldn't get people there, but we could get nanoprobes there. I would see the first glimpses of it. This is a problem, because that's the white hand of Saruman, though, so we got orcs. We got orcs is what we got.
As we push farther into space, we leave the familiar behind and come across a world beyond all human comprehension. Gliese 436b is about as different from Earth as you can get. Orbiting extremely close to its star, its surface is a scorching 438 degrees Celsius. On a planet this hot, you might expect to find vast seas of magma. But this Neptune-sized world is something else entirely. A world of burning ice. Its massive gravity compresses water vapor in the atmosphere into an exotic form of ice called Ice 7.
Scheisse, that looks like something out of like a Tim Burton movie. Oh, that's cool looking.
The pressures here are so intense that the ice can withstand burning temperatures without evaporating. But the atmosphere is another story. It's being blasted into space by the star's immense heat. And as the starlight pushes on the escaping gas, it leaves behind a comet-like tail, 9 million miles long.
Oh my god. I mean, that sounds like something that would be cool to maybe sightsee for a little bit.
Most planets in the universe will be hostile to humans. But 39 light years away, a tiny red dwarf star is home to a potential planetary oasis. This is the TRAPPIST-1 system, a family of 7 rocky planets huddled closely around their sun. These Earth-sized worlds orbit so closely together that the whole system would fit easily inside the orbit of Mercury. The inner 2 are suspected to be Venus-like, searing hot and covered in dense clouds. And the outer planet, TRAPPIST-1H, is thought to be as cold as the South Pole.
Okay, but people, you can survive at the South Pole, though. Like, that's survivable, right? I mean, not easily, but people go there.
But 4 of the middle worlds orbit in the star's habitable zone, making this system a possible bonanza for life. TRAPPIST-1E is one of the single most promising candidates for habitability that we know of. And each of these worlds is far older than Earth, giving potential life forms here a 3 billion year head start.
Whoa.
But this system has a catch. Each of the planets are theorized to be tidally locked, with one side stuck facing their sun and the other side permanently exposed to the cold void of space.
So you'd have to live on like that, the rim, essentially.
Such temperature extremes could make it hard for life to find a foothold. But in the right conditions, one of these worlds could hold vast oceans on the sun-facing side, where the star's heat is just enough for liquid water. An eyeball Earth, appearing like a glistening, watery iris, staring into space. Others could have a habitable strip of land between dark and light.
Yeah, that's what I said. You gotta find that rim.
The Terminator line, where the temperature is just right. A haven for life between scorched earth and eternal winter. The TRAPPIST planets are now a prime target of the James Webb Space Telescope, which will gaze into their atmospheres in search of biosignatures.
That's cool. The James Webb Telescope is super, super awesome. And like the pictures that it has gotten so far are just absolutely incredible. So that, how long, tell me how long for the James Webb Telescope to get there? When will it be there?
If our descendants ever reach this system, they will look up to see the sibling planets decorating the sky, each clinging to the heat of their dim red star, like campers around a fire. Further beyond, 64 light years away, lies a world that looks deceptively peaceful. A world where pasty white clouds float above lush, deep shades of blue. But as we get closer, this gas giant is anything but friendly. The winds here are the fastest known in space, 25 times faster than the strongest recorded hurricanes.
Wow.
And those cool blues you saw from space? They're shards of silicate particles as sharp as glass. And they're being blown sideways across the world with you at 7 times the speed of sound.
Oh my god, no thanks! Woo!
If that wasn't enough to kill you, then the extreme heat would do the trick. The atmosphere here is so hot that it can melt solid gold. And that intense heat is causing it to evaporate at a rate of up to 1.3 billion pounds a second. On this world from hell, even the sky wants to escape. As we journey the dark cosmic highways 400 light years from Earth, out of the darkness comes a truly brilliant sight. This newborn planet might look familiar at first, but compared to Saturn, this massive world is the true Lord of the Rings. Its ring system is 200 times larger nearly 120 million kilometers wide, almost the distance from the Earth to the Sun.
Wow. Oh my God.
If Saturn's rings were this massive, they would be easily visible at night and appear far larger than the moon.
That would be cool. Saturn, get on that. Figure that out. Get your shit together. I want to see your rings from Earth.
Researchers suspect that within a gap in the rings, there lies a huge moon, bigger than Mars, where the views would resemble something from an acid trip. Over time, the surrounding rings will condense to form a whole family of moons.
Cool.
Possibly hundreds of them. But for now, they offer a sight unlike any we've ever seen. Evidence that our home solar system has not prepared us for how varied and dazzling other systems can be.
So cool looking.
By some estimates, nearly half of all sun-like star systems contain more than one sun, implying billions of worlds that are home to poetic twin sunsets. Worlds that orbit not just 2 or 3, but even 4 stars. Lands where your body casts multiple shadows.
It's the Vashta Nerada. Don't let it fool you. It's not 4 suns. It's microscopic alien creatures that will eat your meat within seconds.
And you can gaze up at sunsets and sunrises at the same time.
This is a cool shot. I really want to paint this. That looks really, really cool.
This is an actual image of a 3-star system in the Orion Nebula, revealing massive rings of gas and dust whirling around a triplet of newborn stars. And within this twisted swirl of debris, there's evidence of a hidden planet, carving out a gap in the gas and dust, the first planet known to orbit 3 stars at once. And then there are worlds that seem more like stars themselves than planets. This huge scorching gas giant is tidally locked to its star, with a day side that reaches a blistering 3,000 degrees Celsius, hotter than the surface of some stars.
Jeez. And it doesn't just cause fires everywhere else, like just spreading throughout the platform.
In the extreme heat, heavy metals are lofted into the atmosphere from the planet's interior. As violent winds blow these metals to the night-facing side, something incredible happens. In this cooler atmosphere, particles of iron, magnesium, and other heavy elements condense into clouds made of metal.
Oh my God.
Huge metallic dust storms could rage from one hemisphere to the other, unleashing a torrential rain of liquid gemstones.
What?
And this isn't the only planet of riches out there. 21 light years from Earth, this supermassive rocky planet could be the ultimate piece of cosmic bling. High concentrations of aluminum and calcium pressurize under its extreme atmosphere, possibly forming vast deposits of rubies and sapphires.
Oh.
And scientists believe there could even be planets of pure diamond out there.
I thought we found one. I thought that was a thing. I thought that was actually, there was a diamond planet. I thought that was real. Maybe he's about to explain that. Oh, no, he's not. I really thought that that was a thing. Was that just like, it was a belief that they found one of because I thought that that was just like a fact. I thought that they found a diamond planet, and we all got really excited because there had been that episode of Doctor Who about a diamond planet. And we're like, ah, that's so exciting that there's actually one. No? Just me? Okay.
With its equal ratio of carbon to oxygen, WASP 12b could potentially hold a diamond core. But even if it does, you'd never see it from space. It's shrouded in dark clouds of methane and carbon monoxide that trap 94% of light, making it darker than black coal.
Wow.
And its proximity to its star is causing gravity to stretch the planet into the shape of an egg.
Huh.
But this diamond space egg has a death sentence. Its star's intense gravity is pulling it towards a fiery extinction, giving it only 3 million years to live.
That's too bad. Get the drill teams out now.
But for some worlds, death is not the end of the story.
Ooh, this is the zombie stuff he was talking about earlier, huh?
When massive stars go supernova, the ensuing blast wipes out any planets in the vicinity.
Jesus.
But the death of one world can sometimes lead to the birth of another. In the wake of this explosion, certain stars collapse into rapidly spinning cores called pulsars, sucking up huge amounts of stellar debris. But what's left on the outer edge can cool and condense until finally a new world is formed. A zombie planet built from the ashes of the dead.
That sounds more like either a Phoenix planet or a Frankenstein planet. Right? I feel like that's more of a Frankenstein planet. Because it's like it's using old components from other places to make one new place, right? Like a zombie, I would think like that's just reanimated. That's just something that's been reanimated. I feel like this is more of a Frankenstein planet.
Worlds like this are exceedingly rare, But 2,300 light years away, this billion-year-old pulsar is the keeper of not one, but 3 potential zombie planets. The closest in is Draugr.
That sounds like the Norse monster. Like, isn't there like a Draugr that, and like they were like wraiths or something, some kind of like Norse mythological beast that can like, I can't remember if it can take the form of anything or no. The Draugr, they're the ones, they are zombies. They were like zombie type creatures, right? Someone who has better understanding of Norse mythology, but I'm pretty sure that that is what a Draugr was. So are all of these planets going to be named after different types of zombies? That would be fun.
A tiny rocky world, smaller than Mercury, likely stripped bare from intense X-ray radiation. Then we come to the first 2 exoplanets ever discovered. Ooh. A pair of zombie super-Earths known...
Okay, so Poltergeist, not a zombie, but still an undead creature? Yes, poltergeists are just extra violent ghosts, right?
As Poltergeist and Phobitar. Each more than triple the mass of the Earth.
I'm disappointed. Like, Phobitar, what's that? Is that from something? It doesn't sound like it's from something. It should have been called Phantasm or something. Like something ghosty or ghouly, zombie-esque. Needed to fit the theme. You had one job, Phobitar!
Soaked in the strobing light of their dead stars, the view from these planets would be utterly alien. Charged particles from the pulsar would rain down on the surface, which could light up the night skies with brilliant auroras.
It just looks like a rave. Like, yeah!
Drenched in deadly X-rays with no living star for warmth. It may seem impossible for worlds like this to sustain life. But
again, only if you don't have any kind of imagination. I feel like there's so many ways things could sustain life. I bet you in some of those fire planets, there's like little fire monsters floating around, like little just like lava snakes, you know? You have to have some kind of imagination. Anything, I feel like if you can, I feel like it's possible. Anything's possible.
But on planets with extremely thick atmospheres, those X-rays could convert into heat, supporting liquid water on the surface. And maybe even life itself.
Again, especially if you're not afraid to dream. If you're not locked in to life can only exist where there's like water at a specific temperature, if you're not locked into that mentality, look, all I'm saying is that in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, there is a super intelligent shade of blue that is an alien being. Like, things can happen if you dream it.
Thriving on a zombie planet. Circling the spinning corpse of an exploded star.
Those are cool looking creatures that they created for this.
As we reach the farthest point in our journey, over 2,000 light years from Earth, we have still only scratched the surface of what's out there. 700 quadrillion other worlds are still waiting. Planets that are drenched in light from the blazing center of the galaxy. Worlds circling the rims of supermassive black holes. Giant water planets with oceans that reach thousands of kilometers deep. To visit these far-off lands is a dream only our descendants can realize. If they ever set foot on alien soil and feel the heat of new suns, they will remember us as the first generation to know these worlds, to study their formation and their nature, and to dream of one day calling some of them home.
Handcrafted by melodysheep. Wow. Good job, John D. Boswell. No, that was amazing. Oh my God. You know what? We're going to put that back up because I don't know what's going on with my camera. It continues to move around for absolutely no reason. And now it just like shows off. I don't know what it's doing. So anyway, this can stay up here for now. This is not usually how I do it, but that's fine. That was really, really interesting and beautiful. Like the absolutely stunning, gorgeous design there. So thank you very much, melodysheep, aka John D. Boswell. Appreciate you and everything that you do. Beautiful. And again, I've seen a couple of other things like similar to this. And my questions still always tend to be the same. It's like, but like, I mean, I guess it's like life how we understand it is my thing. It's like, but it doesn't have to be life the way we understand it, right? Right? It could be anything. It could be anything. I don't know. I don't know anything about science, so I'm probably way off base on that. But I really do think that anything's possible. And like, just because something isn't, we don't recognize it as life doesn't mean that it's not. Just, it could be anything. It could be, there's so many possibilities. And anyway, and one thing, there's a lot of different definitions of what life is anyway. Like how sentient are plants, for instance. Apparently, they can see you. That's something I learned recently. Like they have like certain sensors that correspond into light waves, and like they can see you. Kind of like, I don't know, like things are weird, dude. Things are weird. So I would be fascinated to learn more about this. If you want to see more melodysheep, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next one.